Hi everybody, it's Reverend Stacey Brown with your weekly faith reflection from Faith in Texas. So this week we have been experiencing so much uncertainty and just utter chaos. It reminds me of the scripture stated in 2 Timothy, 1st chapter, 7th verse, which states, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. That's the King James Version. The NIV states it a little bit different. It says, for God has not given us the spirit of timidity, but of power and of love and of self-discipline. In this time of uncertainty and of fear, it is easy to focus on the things that we cannot understand nor the things that we control. But in order to combat fear, it's important for us to tap into the spirits that God has given us. The spirit of power, the spirit of love, the spirit of a sound mind or self-discipline. Well, we hear a lot about not tapping into the fear, but do we hear about boosting these spirits that God has given us? The spirit of power. Power of what? Power of voice, power of ability, power in the abilities that God has given us. So in this time where we're quarantined and there's so many things that we don't have control of, it's important for us to shift our focus and focus on those things that we do have within our power. We have power to use our voice. With social media, it is so easy to get on the platforms and share the things that really matter to you, how we can help our community, the power to get our voice heard through measures like the census. I encourage everybody to post a reminder of that. The power of how easy it is to share the power that we have through our vote. I encourage everybody to see how you can get registered to make this vote count, this election count, coming up in this November. We also can exhibit this by tapping into our power of love. Right now, there are ample opportunities for us to show love to our neighbors, to simply check on each other, send a message. Hey, how are you doing? What do you need? I understand that we are really going through social distancing right now, but if you are willing and you are able, there are ample volunteer opportunities for you to help feed those that are really disadvantaged during this time. Our elderly, our immunocompromised that can't get out and go to the grocery stores and go shopping, that are really unable to maybe make that extra trip due to financial constraints. All of us are feeling it right now. So it's important that we show our love through loving our neighbor, loving our community, loving ourselves. Right now, we are really experiencing something different that pretty much nobody has lived through before. So we need to exemplify patience in our love. You know, we're in tight quarters. And sometimes our kids get a little bit on our nerves, but we have to exhibit patience with them because they're feeling the same things that we are feeling. So it's important that we do that. And lastly, we exhibit the power of a sound mind and self-discipline. Don't utilize this time as idle time. Utilize this time to really hone in on what it is that God is allowing you to sharpen your tools. Log off of social media. Take some time to really read and study. We understand that really maintaining a sound mind means maintaining our inputs and controlling our outputs. The scripture says that we should hold every thought captive under the power of Jesus Christ. Well, how do you do that when information is being fed through social media that is causing panic, that is causing hysteria, it's causing runs on stores, it's causing just utter chaos? But you can control that by holding those thoughts captive and saying, yes, I understand what this information is saying, but I refuse to have a spirit of fear. I refuse to have a spirit of anxiety. Because what does this do? When you control your inputs, it affects your outputs. So if you're not allowing fear to come in, it helps you to not let fear come out. So when you're not controlling your inputs, you either have one of two outputs. You're either going to be a purveyor of peace or you're going to be a provider of panic. Which one are you going to be? So let us really take hold of this opportunity that we have to show what God has given us. And it's certainly not fear. Show your power, show your love, show your self-discipline, show your self-mind, show your sound mind in this time where we are required, we are needed to be the example, to really be those purveyors of peace rather than those providers of panic on today. I hope that this has strengthened you and encouraged you, and we will see you next week for another Faith Reflection. Y'all have a good day.